Hello, in case anybody's here. Well, three people are lurking, so hello for the three lurkers. My hair! I have to go get it cut, I swear to God. And it's going to be like a pixie cut because I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it. I can't do anything with it except put it up in a bun. If I had thicker hair, I might be able to curl it, but my hair is so thin. Is anybody here? Hello, is anybody here? Oh, first cup of coffee of the day. So great. Doing laundry today. Not that anybody's here listening to me, but I'll talk to myself. That's all right. I can talk to myself. See how long I can talk to myself for before I give up and just say goodbye. Oh, goodness. Hey, Dory. How you doing? You lying down? You got a headache? I had Molly go lightly on all night. I fell asleep to her and I woke up to her. I don't know. She might still be on. I had to get my husband off to work. So I saw that. I mean, when I went to bed last night, she was on. When I got up this morning, she was on. They were talking about Donald Trump. And I thought, oh no, I can't. Not this morning. I was on two different panels last night. So that was fun. Look at my hair. Come on. I stop cutting my own hair. I do a piss poor job. Oh my gosh, look at how crooked it is. Hey Ariel, how you doing? Bad job. I suppose that'll be a screenshot for some clip channel. That's okay. So I was on two different panels last night. It was fun. It was fun. And actually not in this community either. Not anywhere in the drama community. There, that's not too bad. You can't really tell how I'm so crooked. Look at in the middle. It's like really short in the middle. How are you, Ariel? Did I meet you on one of those panels? I'm just feeding my cat named Bailey his breakfast. Well, good morning, Bailey. I hope you enjoy your breakfast. Did I meet you on one of the panels I was on last night? I love it when new people come in here. Or have you been in here before? I like that name, Bailey, too. Bailey is a cool name. Hey, tacos. Long time no see. Well, since last night. I go to I go to sleep last night to Molly's and I wake up to Molly's and they're talking about Trump. I'm like, oh no, please. Hey, Jackpot. You barely have your eyes open. I'm already I finished my first load of laundry and on my second load, so I'm I've been up for a while. But so how are you guys today? Tacos, are you on your way to work? You missed everything else. I fell asleep too, but I when I woke up because I left her on. When I woke up, they were Janie Bobaney, I think, was on her panel, and they were talking about Donald Trump. And I'm like, oh no, not this early. I'm not going to listen to that this early. Hey, Jenny. Good morning. So I wasn't going to listen politics at this early in the morning. So besides, I don't watch the news anymore, so I don't even know what's going on. I was kind of bummed about that mass shooting in Colorado. Yeah, I was on two different panels last night. It was fun. Not in this community, in a different community. Hey, Gemma. Nice to see you this morning. Beautiful. Yeah, it's too depressing. Too depressing for me. Sorry. I would rather not know what's going on. So my husband wants me to get vaccination. And I'm like still getting like freaked out about it. He's going to get his, but I don't know if I want mine. Oh, no problem, honey. I tried to make it around. I was going in all kinds of different streams yesterday. I was like just bouncing around like a freaking jumping jack, honestly. I was going on different streams. It's nice like if people sub to you to go to their channels and support them. So so that's what I was doing yesterday. Besides going to Taco Bell, which I'm telling you, I'm never going again because I got a really bad reaction to whatever in the hell I ate, tacos. Plus, the meat didn't taste like meat, tasted like dog food. Jackpot doesn't want the vaccination. I'm on the fence about it. The only thing, if I don't get it, I can't leave the country, and I have a planned vacation out of the country, so kind of stuck getting it. If I want to go on my planned vacation, which isn't it's not far. It's still in North America, but it's in Canada. But they have strict rules there. So, hey, Croft, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. I met you last night, I believe. Why is I got to put live chat on. Why is it? Can you guys tell me why I always have to put live chat on? Ginger, hey, girl. My live chat never comes on automatically. I have to shoot. I always have to, and it's not showing up on my all it's showing up on my live stream is 3 people in my chat. And on StreamYards it's showing 20. Wow. That's weird. I know there's more than 3. But why can't I change it to live chat? And I can't, it's not letting me change it to live chat. This Do you guys have the same problem like when you go into a stream? Do you have to change the quality of your screen so that it's not blurry? Because that's mine lately. I have to change the quality every single time I go into a live stream or on different channels. It depends on if it's, no, it's not letting me go to live chat. Oh, well, whatever. I don't, YouTube is so glitchy lately. Like it's so glitchy. Oops. Now I don't have the sound turned down. Did you guys hear that? was kind of an echo. So yeah, I was kind of bummed about that. And what about that YouTuber that was um, filming all those dead bodies? That was terrible. What an asshole he was. I saw a little bit. I'm not going to say what his channel is, but um, I saw a little bit of his video, and he is a jerk. And he's got like 10,000 comments on his channel, but I'll tell you what, 99% of them are not good. He was very disrespectful to the police. The police are there to serve and protect. They were trying to protect him, and he was just being a jerk. He was being a jerk. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He was being a jerk. I mean, I won't even say the name of his channel, but just to show, like, I don't even know. I'm not sure if they were dead bodies, but there was bodies on the road. And his friend who called him during the shooting, who was in the market, his friend called him. Oh my God. I didn't know that part of it. Wow. He cared more about views than answering the phone of his friend who's in danger, and his friend died. You know, that reminds me of that Russian guy that put his girlfriend out on the balcony and left her out there. And all he cared about was views, too. This guy should lose his channel. There's no way they should let him keep his channel. That's so dumb. No amount of views is worth somebody's life. Very sad. I I know what the channel is, but I'm not going to say in here because I just I'm not promoting that asshole's channel. Could he be charged, do you think, Ginger? They should charge him. They should charge him. Sorry, guys. Had to get comfortable. They should charge him with something, not being disrespectful to an officer. He probably gets suspended like another YouTuber who did a similar thing. Oh, really, Gemma? I know somebody on Facebook. Remember when they had that mass shooting in New Zealand in the mosque? Somebody on Facebook posted the actual video of the shooting, and I think they lost their account on Facebook. But people shared it. First of all, people shared it like over and over and over. I mean, people have morbid curiosities. Obstruction of justice, exactly. Well, how about failure to become a human being? I can't imagine what. Well, his friend called him, and what? He didn't answer his phone. I don't know that. I don't know what happened with that. Always something, isn't it? I'm shocked he wasn't terminated at least. You know, all they did was put a disclaimer on his video. That's all YouTube did. Yeah, YouTube. You really are like slacking in your terms of service because the disclaimer said this may be um, not suitable or something. It was something stupid. A disclaimer at the beginning of the video, but it still showed the video. So what good did that do, YouTube? It didn't do much. Right, Carla. He did not answer his phone because he was filming and asked his friend Nick to call Denny back. Wow. Yep. Idiots. Can't imagine doing that to your friend. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? I mean, it was so sad too when they were calling out people's names. I mean, you go to the market, you don't think you're going to run into something like that. You know, you're going to pick up, like, I send my husband to the market all the time, like to pick up eggs or pick up milk or pick up, you know what I mean? And you never think, that could happen. Hey, Croft, yet YouTube takes down good channels, then leaves those horrible channels up. In my opinion, that's wrong. Yes, YouTube does. They need to get their terms of service right. Definitely do. They leave the bully channels up, and then the disgusting vile channels up, and they take down channels that are mild in comparison. Because that to me is just vile. Shouldn't even be allowed on YouTube. People need to. I was so disgusted with this guy. I think a lot of people are. And I didn't even know the whole story. I didn't know that his friend was calling him, and he cared more about views than, um, answering a call from his friend. I had no idea that happened. Yeah, seriously, it's horrible. And there's no excuse for it. And why don't they do something? Hey, YouTube, listen up. Why don't you do something about it? Is there a problem? I mean, come on. Why would anyone? No, I don't. I don't know anybody that would want to take Jenna's channel down. You want to go? Did you just get to work? Tacos. Crap me up. Look, there's good people on YouTube and there's bad people, but I'm starting to think the bad people outweigh the good people, and I'm starting to get really sick and tired of YouTube. I mean, it's like everywhere you turn. I mean, they tell you that they got a report button at the top of the screen, report abuse, report hateful conduct. Well, that's as hateful as you get, and I imagine a lot of people reported him, yet that video is still up. Gemma, YouTube took down my last channel, Ms. Croft, and I have no idea why. But I had bad trolls false reporting me left and right. You should have tried to fight it, Croft, because that's against terms of service too, false flagging. Yeah, people people just want to be assholes on here sometimes. Yeah, tell those using it. Yeah, Diane had a channel for 3 years, ripping people off. Go figure. Hey, creative renewal. Ripping people off. Ripping St. Jude's. Oh, definitely. Definitely, definitely. Absolutely, Ginger. I just think and I watched the whole video of that guy, and I just thought he was just a total jerk. But I had no idea his friend called him. Wow, that is so sad. So that was one. Hey, Shaz. Nice to see you. I also explained this entire situation to YouTube. and they still took down your channel. YouTube is weird because people get away with a lot of stuff on here. Hey, girl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really disappointed in that YouTube for not taking that channel.
No, disappointed's not the word.
It's disgusting. I mean,
Like
he was showing.
when I first saw the video, I'm like, oh my God, look at what this guy got on video. I'm like, oh my God, and I'm listening and I'm like, and then I'm watching and I'm watching and I'm watching and I'm watching him treat the police the way he did. And then I'm watching and I'm hearing him going to like two friends, hey, Denny's inside. He just called me. I couldn't answer because I'm recording. Your friend called you. You were probably the last phone call he made,
Mhm.
and you couldn't be bothered to pick the phone up. Like, wow,
Because you're too busy recording.
wow.
So you know what's important to him. He got a lot of responses to his video too. I saw.
Oh, he's got
I
over
don't. I didn't watch.
10,000.
I watched a little bit of the video on Laura's, but then I went back and
Oh,
I clicked
Laura covered it too.
Laura. Well, she covered a little bit of it. Like, oh, welcome to the Coffee Coalition,
Yeah,
Creative
that's what
Mineral.
you are. Yeah, you're the Coffee Coalition.
Yes. Yeah, a little bit, but what was I going to say? God, I just left my mind.
We were talking about Laura covering it.
Yeah, a lot of people covered it, but I clicked, like I paused it and I just went through the comments and I was just reading the comments and people
Yeah, he got
pissed at
And you
him.
know what? I'm glad because I thought he was going to get more. Like, because I'm like, people are going to applaud him because they're not going to watch this whole thing through, and they're not going to see the way he's treating the cops, and that the fact that he left his friend in there not to answer the phone. But and I had said, and I was up on Robbie's talking about this yesterday. Um, he did run around in the beginning, but he did nothing. There was people laying, and he heard shots. He didn't help. He recorded and thought he was being a hero. No, not at all.
No, those people outside, were they even, he didn't even go bother to go see if they were,
Nope. Nope. He didn't even
deceased
look to see
or
if they were
not. He
okay, if
just
they
took,
were bleeding, where,
yeah,
if they needed CPR, if they were still breathing. Nothing.
nothing at all. And to know
Oh,
that, like,
trust me.
I
And in
didn't.
those 2,000 and in those 10,000 comments, I left a comment myself. So
Oh, did you? I can imagine it was probably not friendly towards him.
considering like what this was 2 days ago, and I'm still angry over it.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's just like I didn't know. I had no idea that his friend actually called him and
Here's what I
tested.
want to ask, and this is what I want to ask YouTube. YouTube, how is this any different than what Logan Paul did in that Japanese forest by showing someone? How is this different? Why is this okay, but it wasn't okay for Logan Paul?
Yeah. Why isn't it okay?
Why?
Why
Yeah.
is it? Why is it okay? Why aren't you
Why is it
taking?
being left up? Why is it being allowed to be
Oh,
seen?
they left it up with it
Well,
with the
they have two
warning.
disclaimers. Yeah, two disclaimers are on it.
Oh,
And
big deal.
big
People are
deal.
curious. They're going to go and they're going to watch it. So he is going to get views.
And
But
there are,
still,
oh, well, I mean, it's got close to almost 800,000 views now.
oh, that's what he wanted.
Well, I don't know.
Hi, Anita. Hi, Miss Rowdy.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just disgusting. It's just totally disgusting. Hey, Kim. Uh, I mean, and then he's like, he goes into the market and the guy, he asks that old guy that's sitting there on his phone, like, where's the gunshot coming from? He says in the market, and he
and
goes, well, I'm out of here.
he's yelling at everybody else to call 911.
Yeah,
Gee,
because he's too
if
busy.
only he had a device in his hands that could call 911. Gee, but no.
Yeah. Oh, he's yelling in the parking lot. Go out. There's an active shooter in the parking lot. Well, yeah,
That's the only good thing he did. That was it.
yeah,
That was the only good thing he did in that whole 3-hour video.
yeah, because he wanted to be the hero. He
No, he
wanted to
wanted to
act.
be YouTube famous is what he wanted.
Well, he's gonna be
He's
YouTube
YouTube famous, but
infamous.
those people don't like him. This isn't going to.
Infamous. He's gonna be infamous because people don't like that.
Well,
From the comments that I read, people are pissed at him.
yes, but will YouTube allow this to blow over? Will everybody
I
just
hope
allow it
not.
to blow over?
I hope not. I hope he loses his channel. He should lose
I'm
his
sorry,
channel.
losing his channel is the least of my worries. I think he should go to jail.
What would he go to jail for, though? That's what
Obstruction
I
of justice.
suppose. Yeah.
These police are on the scene trying to get to victims who need
Yeah,
help.
that's true. That's
They're
true.
trying to get to victims who need help, who need their lives to be saved. And they could have been maybe during those few short moments that they were busy trying to push him off the premises because this jerkball wouldn't stop saying F you to the cops, trying to get them to do something so he can. And then he was like, "What's your badge number, man?"
I'm a journalist.
What
I'm a
you-
journalist.
And
You're not a
there is
journalist.
not a
You're a
journalist.
YouTuber.
There is not a journalist in the world who would ever say that.
No, not
Ever.
no. And I've seen those journalists in those kind of situations. And as soon as the cops tell them to back off, they back off.
I worked as a journalist for a radio station for quite a few years. And yeah, no, you do what the cops tell you to do. You're no different. If you're
He
ever
was just
watching,
so
like,
arrogant.
could you imagine that? Not the wrong person. Robin Roberts. I'm a journalist, MFer. I'm a journalist. No. Because why? That's not how you act, especially when people's lives are in danger.
Well, 10 people were killed.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, they say this guy looked 20. He said he was 21. He looked about 55 years old.
I didn't see. I couldn't watch like it right to the end. I just couldn't.
Well, where they brought
Okay.
him out wasn't the end.
Oh,
But they brought him out in his underwear. Obviously, they either shot him in the leg or somewhere up high in the waist area of some sort because he had blood dripping down his leg.
they should have shot to kill.
Well, that's the problem.
Sorry,
They can't at this moment. That's not something that they really. I mean, yes,
save the
if
taxpayers' money.
yeah, but unfortunately, when they now shoot to kill, then they have people coming after them to lose their jobs.
That's true. That's true.
So it's like that. I'm glad the guy got good. Let him have a trial. Let him be taken out. Let him go through all this stuff. Because guess what?
Does anybody someone said that it was like terrorist related? Is there any truth to that?
He is, from what I heard, he is from this country.
Thank you,
But
guys.
I had heard he was ISIS sympathetic.
Oh, whoa, lovely. Oh,
Now, I don't know if that is 100% true. I had read that in a couple of articles.
what is it with Colorado? Please.
Now, me and Robbie were talking about this yesterday. And what Robbie thinks it might be is because of the elevation of Denver.
Oh, really?
And in
Seriously?
Colorado, that maybe there's something, I forget what he called it, but about them like not being able to handle the lack of oxygen at the higher elevation that makes them nuts. That they want to kill people? That makes you want to kill people, lack of oxygen?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not buying that one.
I don't know, but you got your Patrick Frazee, you got your Chris
Yeah.
Watts, you got that crazy woman who killed that poor little child. You have Ted Bundy. Well, you go back to the 70s, he killed.
Was he from Colorado?
I believe he was born in Philadelphia, and then he moved out towards West, and I think he lived in Washington State for a while, and he lived in Colorado for a while.
Good Lord.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm the fact of the matter is,
I know.
at least
I heard you
people are
on
seeing this
Robbie's
guy
for a
for
little
who-
bit, and I'm thinking to myself, She doesn't sound mad. The last time I heard you sound that mad was when you were in the hospital. And I said, she's mad. She said, Creative Renewal said, I think Robbie's onto something. My body goes through serious change from a flight. It will definitely mess with brain chemistry, high altitude.
Really?
Oh, I had no idea. That's interesting. Someone should study that, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Two tacos. I totally agree. I think that's why I was intrigued with Ted Bundy, because that was in the 80s and I was younger. But this guy was, I was on the news. This guy was so good looking and he seemed so charismatic. I'm like, nah, this guy couldn't kill people, because you thought they were monsters. You thought you knew what they would look like
Oh,
if you
but he
saw them.
did. And
Oh,
many.
but he did.
Oh, but he did. Oh, I want Stellar to tell his story. You guys all know Stellar, right?
Hmm.
His sister actually survived um, an attempted murder from Ted Bundy.
Oh,
Of that, and I would love for him to come on the channel and talk about. He said it's a wonderful story of survival. Um, but
wait a
wouldn't that
minute.
be
Is that the
interesting?
same girl they always talk about who escaped from his car?
I'm not sure, but I would love. It's his sister, and he said that she escaped Ted Bundy.
And as
She
far as I
escaped
know,
from the
and
mall.
what you hear about Ted Bundy, I think only one person escaped him.
Well, it must have been his sister because he said she escaped. It's really a really interesting story of survival, and I would love. I've already asked him to come on the channel and talk about it,
Damn. Oh
tell that
my
story because I think it would
God.
be an interesting story to hear. So I'll have to. I've been seeing him in chats, but I haven't really wanted to bother him with all this Diane stuff that's been going on,
Oh,
which I'm backing off of. I'm
well, right
sorry.
now, right now,
Oh, oh, where'd she go? Where'd she go? She needs to come back on. There you go. You there?
I dropped off.
Yeah, I saw that. I did not touch anything, I
No,
swear.
it was completely my fault. I hit something.
So what were you saying?
I don't know.
Before
What was I saying?
I think we were talking about Ted Bundy.
I don't know. I don't know what
You said only one person survived, or one girl
yeah, only
survived.
for all I know, only one that I remember in the story, that there was one girl that he had taken in the car and she fought him off and she was able to get out
Maybe
and
that's
she
his
ran
sister.
away.
Maybe that's his sister.
It was somebody that he'd gotten off of a college campus, and um he's like, can I take you home? And she was real nice. Sure, sure, sure. And they were talking back and forth, and she's like, well, which way are you going? He's like, oh, I just need to go this way. And then she realized he was completely driving away from the campus, and she started wigging out, and then he pulled over and she was able to get out, and but not, I'm sure she left with some bruises and bumps and stuff like that, but
Sure.
it's
But he
better to
didn't look, if you looked at him, especially in the courtroom, he was very handsome,
he was
charismatic,
smart.
um,
He
very,
was so
yeah,
smart.
but arrogant, very arrogant,
Extremely. He didn't
very
think
arrogant.
anybody was smarter than
No, oh,
him.
he was smug. I mean, when he asked that girl to marry him when she was on the stand, oh, it was
Oh yeah, he's
on.
he's the most smug criminal I've ever seen. And as a kid, as a young kid, I was like, and this is where I think, like, where the true crime, where I started and just like understand what true crime was, and because that story intrigued me, like, because at that time in my life, when you were told to stay away from vans and things like that came near you, um you thought, you expected what you thought somebody would look like, because back then you thought it would be a monster,
Monster. Yeah. And
like
that's
an
why he was
ugly,
able to do.
disgusting person, not this really handsome, guy
Yeah.
who's educated. No,
Well,
now we
that's
know
like
better.
is it Anne Rule that worked alongside of him in a crisis center, and she said he used to walk her to her car to make sure she was okay because he knew what kind of monsters were out here because he was one of them.
Oh, yeah, and that's
Um,
weird. Like, how did he distinguish from who he decided he was going to keep as friends to who he was going to do that to?
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
so
that's not
weird.
fun.
And yet it also, and I didn't know this until I watched a show about him, is he did escape from jail.
Oh, yeah, he escaped from jail. He escaped from a
Escaped from,
courtroom.
yep. I mean, the guy was not stupid.
Mm-mm. No, yeah, but he's probably the most dangerous criminal that you would ever want, though. Like, you wouldn't want to deal with, I wouldn't want to, if I was a cop.
Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, now if we look at him now, he's just a wolf. I mean, I don't see his sheep's clothing, but back in those days where we expected them not to look like that. And that's what it was with Ted Bundy that made it so, what the hell?
Well, I heard that when he was executed, that it was a woman that actually pulled the switch.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either. It could be just a story, but that's
I
what
remember that day too. The day that he was killed.
that he was executed.
Mhm.
I don't remember
I
that.
remember it from the news because I was intrigued by the story. So I'd
Oh,
watched.
wait a minute. He tried to get out of it because he started spilling his guts about because he started getting scared because he knew it was coming. He started, hey, pearls
He
of
started.
wisdom.
He started to tell his stories. And he
Yes,
figured
he
if
wanted.
he prolonged his stories, they'd
Yeah,
save his life. That didn't work
yeah,
out.
yeah, but it didn't work out for him. He still got. I think he got the electric chair.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yes, he did.
But I really would like to hear Stellar's story about his sister. I think that would be
That's nuts.
fascinating. Yeah, I
I'm
think
just
that would be
curious to see if
fascinating.
that was his sister who was on that college campus.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like I said, according to the stories, there could have been more people who got away and just, they don't tell that story.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I really, and that's what I asked him because he said it was on his channel, his old channel, the whole story.
Oh, wow.
And I said, would you consider coming on my panel and telling the story? And he said, yeah, absolutely. So he said it's a great story of survival. So yeah, so
Then maybe
hopefully,
that's her because, man, she fought to survive and ran.
maybe.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it is, but I'm just saying
Oh,
that.
he was a real monster.
Yeah.
Was. And the sad part of it is he didn't look like one. He looked.
And now we have realized these days that it comes in any package.
Mhm. That's why people get fooled a lot of times.
Mm. But yeah, I just wanted to come up and tell you a little bit about
The
the
asshole,
other guy.
the
Yeah,
jerk.
the other guy
Yeah.
who yeah, that just when and I didn't realize until yesterday that one of the people who had died, and then he had said Denny is inside, and Denny was his friend, and
Oh my
Denny is on the
gosh.
list, and Denny was 20 years old. I mean, I feel horrible for the people who are inside. I feel horrible for the families. I feel horrible. But then, you have a jerko like this who just
I
who
have to ask you about a wide
with friends like that, who needs enemies?
right. Absolutely, Kim. I think I know Kyle. I've seen him on Molly's channel and other channels. Absolutely. Just tell me what you need me to do. So what is up? You guys actually found the streamer who happened to be there yesterday. Yeah, I actually did. I don't know where I found it. I think someone had put the the channel name up, and out of curiosity, I went there, which I shouldn't have done, but I did.
Well,
as
the fact of the
curiosity.
matter is, it's human curiosity to see what the hell's going
Yeah,
on. It is, but then to see someone who is doing that,
to see it, and maybe
to
people
act the way
should
that
see it.
person acted, like the only thing that mattered was the people who were watching, and that's not what mattered.
Maybe people should see it because it should maybe, if he gets mass reported, he will lose his channel because you actually do see what
As
a
I said to
shirt.
as I said to Robbie yesterday, I said, Robbie, you know, they've got their hands full, the Boulder Police Department, with everything that happened yesterday, with everything at the supermarket, handling with the victims and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure they're like, okay, we know who this guy is. We can go get him at any time. He's got a channel. So I'm hoping problems for this man are only coming down the line.
Jenny, I have the name of this channel too. But thank you, Jenny. No, I just
I have it. I have his name of his channel too as well, and it's not worth it. It's not worth. But
it actually isn't. It's kind of sad.
I mean, he call it, he uses 3 letters, and it's a videography channel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't imagine. Like, I have no words. I have no words to explain.
Well, I didn't
Just,
understand him. He kept saying, I'm a reporter. I'm a reporter. You're not a reporter. You're a
I'm a journalist.
YouTuber.
I'm a no, you're a
I'm a
YouTuber.
journalist. I'm a journalist.
I'm a YouTuber.
No, you're
That's
not
what
a
you.
journalist. And that doesn't give you the
Well,
right to
well, could you
obstruct
imagine if he
justice.
screamed, "I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber"? Yeah, that would go.
Sure, Kim. No problem. Just let me know. I have my email is in my about section. I believe it is. Not sure. Oh, I can't wait. Do you want to tell everybody about Robbie's stream on
Yeah,
you're doing on
Monday.
Monday? Yes. I was so glad that I didn't miss it because I was bummed that I missed it.
Yeah, well, because it's been snowing in Colorado nonstop, and he has changed his service to T-Mobile, and it wasn't working at all. So, yeah, we're just going to do something fun. We just wanted to do something fun, and we're going to do something called the Disney Princesses. It's a true crime story of the Disney Princesses files.
It's kind of true crime though, right?
We're going to make it true crime. Yeah,
Oh,
we're going to have them arrested and see what it is that they've done and stuff like that.
oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, it should
That'd
be
be funny. He always does fun stuff.
He does. He does. I enjoy him so much.
I do too. I adore Robbie. Hey, Mel. I adore him.
I do too. Well, I'm going to go get some coffee. My kids went to school.
Okie dokie.
And
thanks for coming up.
No, yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I just woke up. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
I
get
wasn't
myself
sure.
so
Like
mad.
I watched a little bit of that video yesterday and I stopped watching it after he was being such a jerk.
I had to stop watching it the other day as well, because when he was just with everything he was saying to the cops, I was just, and that it was okay. It's not that it was okay. It's just that the cops had really bigger fish to fry than some jerk off running his mouth.
And he was zooming in on those people that were, you know, laid out on the street. And I'm like, oh no, I can't watch this.
Such disrespect for families.
Oh, I know, because that's people's families. That's, you know, that's real life. That's terrible.
It is terrible. I'm glad Laura covered it too, because I want people to cover this more and more. I want people to talk about this. I want other people to put this on their channel, because this isn't okay.
I think she actually, because I was on my way to the store when she put it up, but I think she actually did put it up. So that might be where I saw how disrespectful he was.
I did have a small video that I had up, and I took it down because I'm not looking to promote this guy, but I wanted to show just the disrespect. And I didn't even put the beginning of the video in because that's just not necessary, I don't think, at this point. But just the way he spoke to police and that was okay. That's the only thing I recorded. Maybe I'll take it off of private and put it up if anybody else wants to see it, but I'm not going to put out what he did because I just want to see people
The
see
reaction?
his behavior towards cops and towards, where these cops could have been trying to help people, trying to do whatever, but no, they had to deal with this little brat because he wouldn't move, acting like he belonged on an active shooting premises where nobody belongs.
I just don't understand him saying, "Oh, I'm a journalist. Well, so that gives you the right to be an asshole.
Because I think he thinks if he's now, remind you, if he's 20, I'm assuming that with this, I'm assuming if his friend was 20, maybe he's around 20, maybe he's not educated enough that is not the way that you handle a situation in a news media area to get the story. That's just not how you do it. Nobody does it that way.
Oh.
Why? Because they would lose their freaking jobs.
Hello, Donna Marie. Yeah, they would. And the cops they started out being really nice to
concerned
him.
for your safety.
Yes.
And then they're like, no, you're just kind of little being a punk ass. So what we need to do is get you off. And I was so proud when that one guy took him by the arm and just pushed him right off. I'm like,
yes. And he's like bitching the whole time.
I'm like, someone needs to put him in a cop car in the back in cuffs.
That's what they should have done with him, because
Take
he was
being away from him.
He was making it more dangerous for people.
Absolutely.
I mean, more people could have been killed because of him, because of his actions.
Everything was happening in the store. He could have maybe helped. I think he could have probably prevented the cops to getting to other people with help who actually need it before dealing with him.
Well, because they can't send ambulance in when there's an active shooter somewhere. And I know this because my ex-husband was military police.
Mm-hmm.
When there's an active shooter, they cannot send ambulance personnel or anybody in until they've secured the scene. So until they know, what's going on inside that. And I just can't imagine.
I'm just, like I said, I'm still baffled that this guy's video is still up.
Is it still up though?
It has a disclaimer on it twice before you actually get the video, but it's still there.
I did see it was up. Yeah, it was up last night. I don't have the channel. Oh, no, yeah.
I just saw it. It's still up.
Oh, yeah, it's still up. Jesus. He's got 700,000 views. So I guess he got
exactly what he wanted.
What an asshole. What a jerk. Well, maybe he'll lose his channel. Hi, Denise.
Views were worth not picking up your friend's phone call.
But will he even care?
Yeah, if that's your friend, I don't know. I don't know what would go through somebody's mind, because if it was my friend, nobody else would matter.
Especially if he knew what was going on inside the market.
When you heard the shots in the supermarket and your friend is in there.
Exactly.
Okay, see, now I'm getting heated again. Don't do this. I just woke up.
The video is down, Creative says. I just went there and I saw video up. Following content has been identified by the YouTube community.
Yep, and then you hit continue, and then you'll get through to it.
Yeah.
Any kid can do that.
Yeah. It's still showing for him. It's showing on my channel.
I reported
it too. What did you report it as?
Harassment, I think.
Violent or repulsive content is what I reported.
Yeah, I think that's what I did. I don't think violent, but it might have been the
harassment. I thought it was violent just to show people's bodies on the
That's
street
yeah. Even the news, like on regular media, they
and
don't show that
repulsive.
stuff.
I
They're
thought
not
it was
allowed to.
repulsive.
They're not allowed to show that type of stuff. That's too much.
Well, I told you it what happened on Facebook that somebody shared the shooting of the mosque
I never
in New
saw that.
Zealand.
I
Well,
don't
I,
see.
I had it sent to me, but I never watched it. But they completely lost their Facebook account for doing that. But before they lost their account, they had sent it out to God knows thousands of people. And then they sent it out to thousands of people. So that's the thing is you just have to send it to one person. They send it to 10 and 5 and it just multiplies.
I
And
don't
a
know.
lot of people saw his video yesterday. A lot
But
of
is it
people.
me, or does it feel like people nowadays encourage bad behavior?
Oh, it's not just you.
Way more like it's like, yeah, antagonize the cops. Yeah. Now, no one ever said that to him, thankfully, because the cops were doing something to save people's lives. It's not like this where people were going at cops like a riot or anything. And this guy started with like, oh God.
Paco says I would
There are
love to meet his
so many
parents.
reasons why this guy should be in jail.
Yeah, it's not showing the video. Good.
Jenny said Jenny said she can still watch it. I just still saw it this morning.
Oh, it's not showing for me. Maybe. Oh no, it's showing.
I'm telling.
Damn it.
Say
It's showing.
it's still there.
YouTube sucks. Let me tell you. They leave stuff up that's disgusting and they take
And then
stuff
they'll tear
down.
down people who may have Dr. Seuss up. Like, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And someone wears a bikini on camera and they'll take it down for pornography. Okay. Like stupid. Good Lord.
But remember, the views. They want the views. So because maybe he's getting
Well,
the
it
views on,
uses money.
yeah, for them.
Yeah.
And people are still clicking on that video. And I'm not saying people shouldn't, because people do want to see what the hell is going on. I mean, most of us have never been in an active shooting area, or I pray that most of us haven't.
I think people should see it only to see what not to do when
Or
you're
to see how disgusting that this YouTuber is, and why he should be removed. And I'm like, gee, can I call the Boulder police myself and press charges myself? But I can't. I would love to, because I mean that's how
see it. And the thing is, a lot of people will want to see it because of the warning.
Absolutely.
So YouTube is not
warning, then it's got to be bad.
Yeah, let's watch. It's just like drama.
Everybody loves to watch the train wreck. Yes.
Like the drama.
And
how many people will watch drama just because they want to see somebody get bashed or somebody get hurt.
Yeah, and that's not, well, I'm not always watching it for that. I'm always watching it more of the fact because of the friends who I do care about who get hurt. And I care about them.
Yeah, that's true.
But was I mad about the whole DC crap? Absolutely.
Yeah, that I'm still not over it.
Now that's in the corporate hands of the people it needs to be in. They have the information. If they want to do something, then they will.
Don't you think that's kind of not going to go anywhere?
No, because stuff like this takes time. Stuff like this
think it will?
Yeah, because we're hearing, like, for instance, like there were 2 stories that came out that I think my mouth must have hit the floor and I had to pick it up twice. One was a mother who, and this was local here, guys. This was local. A mother used the deep fake of a girl on the team to make it look like they were vaping and doing, being naked and doing all this stuff. And she put the cheerleaders' faces on the deep fake, and sent it to the coach.
Oh, good Lord.
She wanted those girls kicked off the squad.
Oh my God.
And it looked very realistic. So how do you go, oh my God, that's my face, but that's not me. Like, and that's what the problem was. And then there was another person in Florida. Her mother was the vice principal or something like that, assistant principal, and she was homecoming queen. Both her and her mother rigged the votes so she would be homecoming queen, and they got arrested for that.
Reminds me of you two.
They got arrested, and she
Well,
was expelled from school. It
you
sounded
know,
like
if
she was a
you,
horrible person. The daughter herself.
if more people got more severe punishment on YouTube, I think a lot of stuff wouldn't happen on here.
By the way, I have a lot of friends who are on the squad who have kids on the squad of the same squad of that mother who did that team.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm like, aren't your nieces on that team? Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
And this is like my best friend from grade school. And I'm still very close with her sister. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, thankfully, there's like, there were two, there's the Viper and then there's the Victory. And they were part of the Victory more than they were part of the Viper. So I was like, okay, I don't like,
Not
I
a
was,
case of a mother living vicariously through their daughter.
yeah, I don't
You know
know.
what I mean? They want their
Or
daughter
they're
so
willing
bad.
to break laws for their kids. They
Yeah.
don't care how they
Well,
do it.
well, we've seen it. Haven't we seen it? I mean, lately, I mean, with those people that were paying for their kids to get into college and the nice colleges and stuff.
But that shit's
Oh,
been going on. I mean, I
oh
understand a
yeah, it's
lot
not
of
new.
people made a big deal, but I mean, there was more involved than I watched because that college scandal is now on Netflix, so you can watch the documentary.
Is it?
It's a documentary on the college scandal, yeah, about the guy who ran it.
Oh, oh yeah. Didn't he have to go to jail too?
Yeah, it's interesting. I highly suggest you watch it. It's a very
I
interesting
will watch it.
documentary.
I've been looking for other things to watch on YouTube. Now I'm hooked on the stupid 90 Day Fiance that Laura.
I know it's
I
such a
was on
guilty
Laura's the
pleasure.
other night in Twitch and I was watching it and I'm like, this is a great show.
It's but you do understand, like TLC pretty much scripts everything.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
I
But
was on a
what is
TLC
this? Like
show. I can
they
tell
take
y'all
brides from
everything.
other countries? Is that what it is? They get brides from other countries and grooms from other countries?
They do it, when people from the United States go to other countries. They do it when they come to this country. They do it when they break up. There's so many different spin-offs of 90 Day. You cannot keep up with the spin-offs of 90 Day Fiance. I like
Or
the one that's
often.
on right now. And my favorite, but I want to choke him, is Brandon and the girl from Russia.
Which one's Brandon now? Is he
He's
the
the
one that's
farmer kid who just has
live with his
zero.
parents? He's living with his parents or they're living with
Yes.
his parents? Okay.
Yes. And the animals, and they have to take care of the animals.
Does she have to take care of them too?
In the beginning, they expected her to, and I think she's like, no, I ain't doing this.
I didn't sign up for
I
this.
love her. She's my favorite person on the whole thing. Like
She says she loves him. I mean, from what I saw, she
I
said
think they
she loves
do.
him.
And I think you're right. I think she really does love him. And I think they really do love each other. But I don't think Brandon has experienced much love in his life. And I don't think he has experienced much women. He doesn't seem like he knows how to handle them.
Oh my goodness. Well, and then there's that jerk that kicked his girlfriend, just kicked her out, kicked her to the curb, and then wanted the ring back. Oh my God! I'm like, whoa, what
Oh,
a
no, no,
jerk!
no, 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 no. But see, if you watched the previous season, she
I
was
didn't.
awful.
Oh, was she?
Yes.
See, I didn't watch it.
He
I
went
didn't watch it.
there. He went there. So it was before the 90 Day. And he went there and she threw the ring at him.
Oh, well, she didn't. She wouldn't give the ring back. And the last one I saw, he asked for it back, and she said no. So I don't know. And then there's one that's really grouchy all the time because they were going to Las Vegas. And he's like a party boy, and she's like, oh my God, I can't keep up. I got to start watching it though, because it was interesting.
It's it's a nice guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah, it's drama without getting involved in the drama on here. You know what I mean?
I look at it as entertaining. I mean, it's pure entertainment, and I know a lot of what they're doing is for
It's
cameras.
scripted. It's
It's for
scripted.
cameras, whether they angle it in a certain way or not. And because trust me, I was on a show, they showed it, and it was not how it went at all. That's where I realized that you could angle something to look completely different than what actually happens.
Yes,
First time.
our little Ginger was famous
No,
on
I was
TLC.
not.
Yes, she was a famous
I was on a
star on
reality show
TLC.
back in,
She was on a reality show. Yes, she was.
and it was called A Dating Story. It's not even around. Even TLC does
We
not.
can't find it
Nope,
for the
nobody
life of
had.
me.
That's
For
why
the
I'm
life.
okay about talking about it.
We have tried. We have tried. We have
Nobody's found
tried.
it.
Nobody's been able to find it.
Oh, that was the worst. That was the worst
Okay, Jenny,
day.
bye. Have a great day, hon. I think I'm going to hop off too
Yeah, I want to
in
go
an
get my
hour.
coffee, which I still haven't done.
Thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate you all. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bye, Carla.
Okay, bye. Love you.